So now what we need to do is that we need to convert the data that we will get from text to JSON, because the data that we will get here is going to be a text and it's going to be stored here in the response. So we need to convert it into JSON so that we will be able to use it. And to do that, all we need to do is that we need to call a function called JSON. So I'm going to say response.json. If you call the JSON response, if you call the JSON function on the response, you will convert this response into JSON. And then I'm going to store the result in a variable called JSON response. JSON response. So JSON response is going to be equal to response.json. This is very, very important. If you don't do this step, you will not be able to access the data. So now we need to know the structure of this JSON response. So if you copy the URL, if you copy this URL and paste it in your browser, you are going to get this data. This data, as you can see, is a JSON, and it's a JSON array. And inside that JSON array, we have JSON objects. As you can see, this is the first match, and then we have another match here, match ID, and then we have. Let me zoom out. So we have objects here. This is the first object, and then we have another object, match ID. This is the second object. So we have objects. This is an array of objects. So what we need to do is that we need to loop over this JSON response, because this is an array of objects. We need to loop over this array and get each single object and display each single object, because each single object, as you can see here, again, each single object represents a match. This object represents a match where it contains the match ID, the country name, the match home team ID, the match home team name, and the match away team name, and the score as well. So all of these things.